Hi Stitchy friends, my name is Chris. I'm the camping stitcher here on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. Welcome if you're new here. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you find something that you like. If you're returning, thanks so much. Of course I've got the itchy nose. This is a channel about mostly cross stitch. Sometimes I'll put other crafty things in it, but today it's mostly cross stitch. There'll be a little shop bit of news. I don't talk about our Etsy shop too much on here, but today I'm going to. And at the end, I tell a campfire story. So I'll let you know ahead of time when I'm going to get to those things so that if you want to go watch somebody else, you can. I hope you stick around though. Okay, so it's been about 2 weeks since my last Flosstube confession. It is Monday, August 7th, 2023, and it's a really rainy, dreary day here in Northwest New Jersey. We're supposed to get some storms. They always warn us. That, my husband says they're conservative. They warn you of the worst, and then it really either happens or it doesn't. So it's the weather. Anyway, but I figured today would be a good day to get my Flosstube done. So, I do have some questions that I wanted to go over. I get asked questions from time to time on my other videos. And I do, when I talk about the campfire stories later, I'll talk to you guys more about this. But the big question I've been getting lately is, how do I stitch so fast? And I don't know that I stitch so fast. I mean, I think I'm a faster stitcher, but I don't think it's because I do anything special. But I will tell you what I do before we go over the, I have one FO and I have some whips and I have some haul. But anyway, getting back to the stitching speed, I stitch mostly in a hoop. In my nerd hoops, let me just grab it, hang on. Okay, this is the one I use the most. I do use a number, I think it's 3 or 4 for bigger stuff, but it can weigh on my hands. But this is a number 2 nerd, and this is my favorite hoop. So I do stitch in a hoop. There are some times that I'll stitch in hand, but it's usually when I've outlined something and it's block fill-in, and then I'll stitch in hand. I am not as fast in hand as I am in a hoop. So I think that it's relative to what you do. How you are most comfortable stitching is going to be the fastest way for you to stitch. So a couple of things I do when I'm working on a chart. I'm trying to think of something I can show you to get the idea. Maybe I'll show you the stocking I'm working on for my daughter-in-law. Okay, so, because I can't show you a chart, but say I'm stitching, of course, and I will color complete. So I will do, say, all this light color on the horse, and I'll try, I will color complete as I can reasonably do it, because I find that I have difficulty counting. But on Ada, it's a lot easier to keep my place. I still make mistakes. But anyway, I will color complete. I will do all this color. And then I'll, if I can get down to here, I will. If I can't, I'll pick the next biggest, nearest color and start stitching that. And then I just build on that. So I do color complete, and I do kind of make a pathway. When I look at a chart, I'll look and see what I'm stitching and what colors, how many different colors are around it. I mean, if it's confetti stitching, you're not going to be able to do that path thing that I do. But if there is like a color that's going to be used in a flower up here, and then it's going to right here join to the next flower, I will hop around on that one page without moving my hoop and color complete. So I do that a lot. I also try to finish as much as I can before I take and move my hoop. So also I stitch a lot. especially this week. I got a lot of stitching done. I was a little under the weather. It took the doctor a few days to figure out what was going on. Nothing major, just a little infection, but I really didn't feel that great. So I really wasn't like running around. I was doing stuff around the house, but nothing major. You know, I wasn't like cleaning out closets like I had been and stuff like that. So I really did get a lot of stitching time. I tend to get up early in the morning, and when I'm having my coffee, I stitch. And I catch up on Flosstube, and I'll stitch a couple of hours a day, you know, periodic over the course of a day. I will get a couple of hours stitching in. So maybe it looks like I'm stitching fast, but I think it's relative to how much time you have to stitch. And I have more time than I actually used to. I don't think my stitching habits have changed though. Like I'll stitch for a little while after lunch, and then maybe I'll go do something and I'll come back and stitch a little bit more. But I do tend to use those methods of following a path for the colors and color completing as much as I can before I start moving my hoop. I don't load needles. I just think that takes the same amount of time, but I think it works for other people. It doesn't work for me. It just means that I'm gonna have more things to misplace. And like if I don't get to color complete something, I will come back to it. I try to finish an area at a time. Like if I'm working across a border, I'll try to finish an area at a time. But you guys know me with borders. I will do an outline. If there's an outline to be done, I will try to do that first as a framework for the border. The only one I haven't really done that with right now is Summer Quaker. I did not go around and do the entire inside seaweed border yet. I probably will get to that, but I had a couple of things I wanted to do, so I kind of did my 5 days on that and moved along. So that's the biggest question I've gotten lately, and people want to see a video of me stitching. I really don't know how interesting that would be for you guys. I've been asked to do stitch with me's. Again, I don't know, like, I mean, I'm just going to be stitching and probably jibber-jabbering to myself, basically, in terms of, you know, entertaining you. I don't know how that would go, but, you know, let me know in the comments. I mean, we could do something. It never really... I really haven't thought too much about a stitch with me or a live stitch or anything like that. So let me know what you guys want, and I'll try to see if I can do it. But that's like really how much I stitch. Like I'll show you when I show you Summer Quaker later. It took me all day to do one of the motifs on that. So like it's really all relative. I mean, I don't know. Like I appreciate like you guys thinking I stitch super fast, but I really don't. I think that also I'm most comfortable stitching in a hoop. And I think one thing I will say about the smaller hoops is I'm not going around, like I'm a poke and stabber, so I'm not going around a big to poke and stab. I think because this is smaller, I am more efficient with my stitch stroke. I don't know what you call it. Anyway, that's all I've got. It's really, I have no secrets. Okay, so I do have an FO, and I wanted to show you guys that before I showed you my whips. So you guys, I showed this last time. You know, I have a couple of commit whips, I call them. These are whips I committed to participate in a SAL or something like that. But they were kind of like, these were SALs that definitely had a time end to them. So one of them was the Primrose Cottage High Rules. And I finished this section yesterday. This is done on 36 count baby sheep by XJU Designs. And I used Vicky Clayton silks, which are gorgeous. I mean, somebody asked me, why did you use Vicky Clayton silks? First of all, I love Vicky Clayton silks. They're my favorite silk. And if you're going to try silks for the first time, or you're gonna venture into, you know, using silks, I prefer to pick a project that's, it's not necessarily smaller, because this isn't a small project, but the sections were small, and the colors were, there weren't 50 colors. I think there were like 11 or 10 or something like that. And they were easy to keep track of. I do put them on floss rings and thread drops. That's how I keep my silks. They're in, actually I should have brought my project bag over, because I have there's another chart in this booklet that I wanted to stitch. So I was going to use them. There is so much silk in one of her little spools of silk that there's going to be plenty for me to do the other stitches in this bee family that she does. But this is, I don't know if you can see, the silks are gorgeous. They're beautiful to work with. And I'm so happy with this. This is a Primrose Cottage Stitches chart, and I will be finishing it with the same way I did Christmas rules and autumn rules. So it's going to be on a fence post. I do want to tell you guys something though. I usually am better at checking, but I leave myself about a 2-inch border, and on this particular piece, I don't know if you could see it, but the border is not exactly straight, so I really should have checked better. When it kind of bows out here and then goes in. I do have plenty to keep it to mount it, so it's not a problem. But when you're thinking of trying to fit a piece onto a piece of fabric, just be really conscious of your lines down and across, because I had that problem with Mrs. Campbell. You think I would have learned. It wasn't cut straight across, and I ended up with not as much as I needed up top. I had enough, but it was a little dicey. So this is my FO, Hive Rules. This was a stitch along with the group PCS Hive Rules on Facebook. Go check it out. And it was really, really fun to stitch. I can't wait to get this. Hopefully I'll FFO it this week. So, I hope you can't hear my air conditioner, but it's disgustingly clammy here today. So, all right, I have my notes. Not that I ever follow them, but I would like to not forget anything this time. So, let's see. We did the comments, the campfire stories. I did have a new start, and I'll get to that. I just want to show you a whip that I've been working on. It's a whip restart. This is the stocking for my daughter-in-law. It's an old Dimensions kit, and I had originally made the same exact stocking for my son, her husband. And I'm sure I'm gonna get this done because I'm really making good headway on it. So this is done on 14 count Witchelt golden needle, Ada. I think that's what it's called. I ended up choosing that when I had to restart it, and I love it. It's really funny because the other piece I ordered is stiff, and this is very soft. Anyway, so the horse is complete, the bear's complete, the drum, the tree, the blocks, the ball. I did the heel. I'm doing the toe band. It gets a lot of little paw print designs throughout, and then up top will be her name band. But this is more than halfway done. So I'm really happy. And of course I have all the back stitching, but that's not going to be, that's just going to bring it to life. So, but I'm really happy with the way this is coming out, and I've got plenty of room. That's why I wanted to start it over on a fat quarter, because I remember when I made this for my son, I really They give you a fat eighth. And that's not enough for a stocking. I'm sorry. If you have to have room to cut it out. So, that's that. So I do stocking Sundays, so I was working on that yesterday. I finished High Rules very early in the morning. And, whoopsie, dropping stuff. Sorry, off camera. Okay, so another whip I was working on was Brenda Gervais' At Home. Beautiful. I just love this. I had to put it down because I had other things I wanted to stitch, but this is upside down and sideways. All right. This is where I am. So, when I told you before, I do the border, so I did the what do you call it? The foundation of the border, so I make sure it meets up. And then the rest of the border, the filling on the flowers and the inside border, I will do as I go along. But I don't know if you could see those deer. They were so fun to stitch. And I just love this pop of blue. I think this is Cadet. I'm pretty sure. I'm just falling apart here. So, yeah. I don't know if you could see that. I just love it. This is such a beautiful stitch. I cannot wait. I think this will definitely be something I finish this summer. We're going to be traveling a little bit. I got some plans, and this is definitely coming with. The other thing I worked on, another whip. Oh, I should tell you what that's done on. That is Vintage Country Mocha, 36 count. Sorry, I forgot my manners. The other SAL I'm working on is for Como Stitch, just Como Stitches. This is her birthday SAL. It's Como Christmas SAL, a type of Christmas. It is so cute. And this is done on 36 count baked clay by Fox and Rabbit. And this is where I am. I have to stop leaving needles and things, but it's a bad habit. This is where I am. So last time you saw it, I had the elf. Maybe I should show it the right way. Last time I had shown you, I had the elf done. It's not like showing you the back of the work. And I finished Peace and Mary and the Deer and Noel. So that's really coming along. This is going to be cute. I can't wait. It's a fast stitch. All the letters, they're pretty fast. So, and Erin Elizabeth just has such beautiful designs. I could stitch pretty much everything. So that is, these are the colors. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. But that was my other whip. And I think that was the stocking. Oh, one more. I had a new start, and now it's a whip. And I'm just very in love with this myself. This is Summer Quaker, Leela's Studio. Everybody, you'll see it everywhere. It's gorgeous. It's just such a beautiful chart. And I am using a recent Fabric Club Fabric of the Month from Fox and Rabbit. It is called Sea Fog, and I hope you can see the green in it and the blue. This is where I am. So I've decided that this is the piece that is teaching me more about reverse stitching than I ever learned before, because I have ripped out and ripped out. So we're just going to call it reverse stitching now. It just sounds so much more productive than frogging. Anyway, it's still a joy. So this is where I am. And this motif right here took me all day. So when you guys say I stitch so fast, it just seemed like all day for one motif. But look at those crabs. They're awesome. So I do want to get to finish the seaweed border around the center and start filling in some of that solid stitching. But and this fabric, I'm just so happy with making the choice to stitch it on this. The colors look amazing on it. I think I only switched out, I think the white they called for was 38.65, and I switched it out to just, do I have it? I think it's B5200. Yes, I switched out the white to B5200. The white is kind of ghosty anyway, but see, I don't know if you could see it right there. Let's see. Here's the white. And it's going to be fine because a lot of it is around they're outlined, the clouds are outlined. The sails are a little bit outlined with something, and where it appears in the bottom is in the water, so it's going to be surrounded by something. So this is just so much fun to stitch. Highly recommend. This has got there's 2 SALs going. One is Live in the Sunshine SAL, and the other is Summer Quaker SAL. So I want to get back to that. That's in my definite plans. But the Sea Fog fabric from Fox and Rabbit, it's stunning. I just don't know if it's going to convey today, but I don't know if you could see it. That it's got a light sea green and a little touch of blue here and there and some grayish. It's just beautiful. It's just so pretty. Highly recommend that too. Hopefully I will buy more of that when that gets released. If it gets released, I don't know. I'm not sure about how that gets done. Okay, so left that out. Those are my whips. I do have some plans, and they just involve my whip go. The whip go calls for this month were 18 and 24, and my 18 and 24 are both Scarlet House stitches. The first one is, so I'll show you guys this now because I'm hoping to get more done in it. A sampler for all seasons, and that's what I have done. Let's see, show you the chart. I believe this is going to be available shortly. This was a homespun needlework exclusive, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be available shortly. I'm using the called for fabric and floss. I'm trying to think. It came as a kit, so the fabric came with it. Let's see. Steinbeck. Yep. Which is awesome. Yule and Flax Steinbeck. And that is definitely my plans because I will spend 5 days on this. And I probably will just start on that today because I've got my 5 for 5 that Carol Saltbox Stitcher inspired me to do. And then after that 5 days, I will pick this up so I get my whip go done. This is also an exclusive. It's called Hope Song. I'm sorry, they weren't both by Scarlet House. This is Heartstring Samplery. I always confuse them. I'm very sorry, ladies. You just both my style. Anyway, little chickadee. Oh, guys, if you haven't used the Merlin app on your phone to identify birds, totally worth it. We have chickadees here, and we used to be very avid birders. Never knew we had Carolina chickadees as well. We have black-capped chickadees, but we also have Carolina chickadees. So says the Merlin app. Anyway, this is where I am in Hope Song, and this will be a finish. come hook or crook. That's where I am. And this was also a kit. I'm not sure if this is available yet. Let's see. And she gives you all the different charts, I believe, for the different kinds of chickadees. I believe they're in here. Pretty sure. Let me just check. I don't want to tell you lies or intentional lies. All right. Okay, the model's stitched on Vintage Country Mocha. So this is, I'm using Vintage Country Mocha 36 count. And yes, I have a bunch of charts with all different kind of chickadees. Let's see, we have the chestnut back chickadee, boreal chickadee, Carolina chickadee, mountain chickadee. And I think the original on the chart is the black hat. So I don't know if that's available yet, I'm sorry, but you can check. Those are my whip go commit whips. So that is in my plans for August. I think I jumped around a little bit, but sorry. You know how I am with the JibberJabber. Anyway. The other part of my plans would be to work on Happy Campers by the Blue Flower, Janine McGowan. That comes with me whenever I go out camping. So definitely going to be doing some more of that. The SALs I'm in are the AthomeSAL for the Brenda Gervais piece, Como Christmas SAL for a type of Christmas, and the Quaker, the Summer Quaker. There's 2 SALs for that, Live in the Sunshine SAL and Summer Quaker SAL. So I think that's it on the whips and the starts and the plans. I have some haul, of course. First I want to say thank you to everybody before I show you the haul. Thank you so much to everybody for the birthday wishes, the cards, the messages. You guys, you made my day. I was not feeling that great, and you guys made my day. So thank you very much. And I want to say a special thank you to Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher. Look what she sent me. Oh my goodness. And guys, of course I looked through this and I touched everything, but I haven't used anything because it was the Flosstube rule of whatever that you can't. And I really practice self-restraint. So she made this beautiful bag. I don't know if you can see it. These are all campers. How cute is that? And she just totally spoiled me. So she sent me a beautiful card. She sent me some charts. This one I would love to start, but I'm not going to start it until after I finish one of my bigger pieces. That is awesome. Thank you, Nancy. She also sent me a Sweet Liberty by Lori Rippey. And I just have to show you these cute things. These are awesome. Look at this. Needle minders. Oh my goodness. I can't, now I could use them. I'm so excited. She sent me some of the infamous black coffee. She made this. I'm almost 100% positive. It's awesome. Another needle minder. Let me just show you. This one is so cute too. Isn't that beautiful? She sent me some of her floss drops. They're so pretty. With her, can't wait to use those. And another needle minder. I mean floss bling. Sorry, I get my minders and blings mixed up. And I love these. I need more of, whoopsie, these. Oh my goodness, Chris. This is awesome. Thank you so much, Nancy. You have no idea. Oh wait, and there was one more little cutie pie. Little Woodstock. Oop, there he is. How cute. So I'm really happy now I get to use these things, guys, because I showed them to you. Thank you so much, Nancy, my friend. You spoiled the heck out of me. So, that is part of my haul, but it was a gift. Okay, let me just, I don't want to lose anything here. I do have, my husband had given me a very generous gift certificate to 123 Stitch, so I did get a few things. I did not use it all. I was pretty good because Needlework Expo's coming up, and I'm gonna wait this time. I don't think I'm gonna pre-order anything. I can pre-order some things, but some things I'm just not that patient. So I figure I'll wait till they come out. I did get some fabric, the cold for fabric for Summer Quaker, which is Latte by Fiber on a Whim. And it's beautiful, but the sea fog just totally, I did a poll, and you guys, I think like 80% of the people wanted me to do it on sea fog, and I'm really happy I chose that, and I'll of course have that for something else. Okay, so I just ordered some charts from 123 Stitch because I had the gift certificate, and I just spent a little bit of it just to, get some things off my wish list. So this is And Heaven and Nature Sing. It's been long on by Kathy Barrick. Right? Yes. I hear the deer is a force to be reckoned with, but look at the cardinals. That may be my Christmas start this year. So there's that. And I got Gathering Berries by Luminous Fiber Arts, because I have her gathering snowflakes, and I just think it's going to be awesome. I love her patterns. And then I saw somebody stitched this Village Green, and they stitched this one. It's Prairie Schooler, and holy heck, how to have it. And of course, it's Prairie Schooler. This is going to be a new start in September. I know there's a sale going on with it right now. I can't remember who's doing it. Nicole Spore, maybe? Flying Lessons. I might just start it sooner, but they're so cute. Silver Creek Samplers. That is awesome. I also got a Classic Christmas by Hands On Design, because classic Christmas. And We Santa, Heart and Hand. I've looked at this for a long time, and it comes with the little beads and everything. I love her patterns, her charts. And that's it. That's it for haul. That's all she wrote. I think I was being good. At least I hope so. But I did want to save some of that gift certificate for Needlework Expo. So, okay, what else do I have? I especially wanted to just give a shout out to Jane and Julie. They wished me a happy birthday in their last Flosstube. Thank you so much, you guys. I enjoy watching you. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I think that's it. Other than who I've been watching, my playlist for this, I just wanted to mention two people. There's a bunch I watch regularly, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Chrissy, finally a Foam Girl. She just released a Flosstube with her needlework market releases, and they're amazing. There are 10 of them. Go give it a watch. And Jess Sweetwater Stitcher, I haven't finished watching the whole thing, but I'm like, she just did a whip parade. So go give her a watch too. I'm sure you guys have heard of both of them, but that is it for the cross stitch. I'm gonna do a little bit of shop news and then the campfire story. So if you have stayed so far and you want to, I will see you next time. Hope you come back. My husband and I have had an Etsy shop for a very long time. I think it was 2005, 2006. I started it. I originally started making shawl pins and stitch markers because I used to knit a lot. And it kind of evolved into tools for fiber artists, like drop spindles and yarn winders and things like that. But I'm trying to get a little bit of cross-stitching tools in there now, since I'm focused on that. And so he does the woodwork. He's the woodworker of the business. I'm the idea person. He has ideas too, but I'm the one that's like, hey, can you make me blah, 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 blah? And he's like, ugh. Anyway, we have an Etsy shop. It's been many years. It's called Scott's Mountain Crafts. And he introduced floss binders a few months ago. So this is the floss binder I use. It's very similar to the one I use, and mine's cherry. But anyway, you wind the floss. This is a 9-inch one, and he's got a little cut line there. I can't remember what this is, but it's really pretty. Okay, and he will do custom lengths. This is just one he did for a special request. So if there's a length that you want or you're particular about, you just have to message us on Etsy and he can do custom floss binders. But I really like this one. It makes nice even lengths. So that is our floss binder. And I kept saying, you know, I have this, I'm going to show you my little book. This is my idea book. I've kept it for a long time. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram post this morning, but I have a lot of charts that I've scribbled out, and I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm not sure. I'm a little nervous about that, but I have all my like little phrases that I come to my head, or little poems and stuff in here about stitching and whatnot. So I have wanted to do a corner gauge and needle minders for a while, so last week we finally got going on that. So I just want to show you, these are the 7 needle minders we have out right now. They're magnetic, they're wood, they're laser cut. This was the original. This is my logo. And we have, all I need is cross stitch. Counting is hard, in case people bother you when you're counting. Cross stitch is my superpower. Sampler stitcher. Be kind and keep stitching. And whips? Who's counting? So anyway, those are in the shop too. And thank you for everybody who's already purchased and supported us. I was a little overwhelmed with the response, and I'm glad it was positive. Thank you so much. And this is our corner gauge. So it's just simple. It's got a little hole here. You can put a ribbon on it. You can hang it up. You can put it on your floss bling ring, however you want to do it. If you do, but 3-inch. So that is in the shop, and the shop will be listed in the description box. It's Scott's Mountain Crafts on Etsy. So that is it for shop news, and I will try to keep those kind of announcements to a minimum. I do have a few campers who commenters who are campers too, or were campers, and I want to say I get a lot of great responses to the campfire stories, if you guys are interested in me sharing your stories on a Flosstube that you've written in a comment or you've emailed to me, let me know. I will be happy to do that. I could feature one of your stories too. But I really did get a nice response. Quite a few of you said that you understand how loud a storm can sound in a camper. I think it was Christy from Floss Boss and Cousins. She totally could sympathize with that. It sounds scarier than it really is, but I can't imagine if it was really, really bad. But and somebody, Bonita, I think it was Bonita Harms. She asked how many states we've been in. Honestly, I should count them. I know the states that we haven't been in camping would be Hawaii, Alaska, Oregon, Washington. I don't think that we've camped in Michigan, but we've driven into Michigan. We've camped in Texas. We've camped in California. Because our first trip was coast to coast. We went from New Jersey all the way to Monterey, California, to see our son, our youngest, in the military out there. So, yeah, I think him and he probably knows how many states we've camped in. Sometimes I forget where I am completely. But anyway, before we started doing that, we used to camp mostly New England, Pennsylvania. So I want to say this campfire story is about one of our first camping trips together. We went to a place called Trow Creek in Pennsylvania. I don't like the campground. You can tell me that you like it. I'm not a fan. But we had a good time. But anyway, we were in a tent. This is tent camping time. And I think the first morning we woke up, we were like looking at the front of the tent, and you could kind of see like all these things on the front of the tent. And thank goodness Bob was like, he kind of knocked it. And well, let me tell you something. All those things were daddy long legs. They were everywhere. And I'm not kidding you. Like, if you didn't knock off the tent in the morning, you would be walking out into, like, daddy long leg land. So, I don't like spiders. But I think Bob probably doesn't like them more. I mean, he's not afraid of them. But anyway, so this one morning, we woke up. And Bob woke up, and he said all he saw was this on his face. He had daddy long legs, like, huge, like, on his face. Now, I mean, I know they're poisonous, but they can't reach you. But holy heck, that just flipped him out for the rest of the daddy long legs. They were terrible up there. It was an interesting campground. I really don't like it there. I don't know why. I just wasn't a fan. I know he's been back, but that was the campground. There's an ice house there, a natural ice house that you can walk to, and we walked to it the one night after dinner, and then we were coming back, and lo and behold, it's the first time I ever saw a copperhead snake, because he was sitting right in the road, and I haven't seen one since. But yeah, they have copperhead. We have copperhead here, but we don't think we do. We also supposedly have timber rattlers, but I've never... I'm going to go outside and see something for the first time today, but I've never encountered them where we live. But yeah, so maybe it was the snake. But yeah, there was a copperhead coiled up in the middle of the road when we were walking back. They went out to the road to get some heat. Anyway, that's our daddy long legs story. Bob was not happy with that at all. But I've never seen so many daddy long legs. It was like a convention. I've never seen that before or since. No thank you. I mean, yeah, we camp, and yeah, there's bugs, but nope. I know I had one crawling on me last year, but Ooh, no thank you. Anyway, that is it, I think, for this week. I think I'm going to be taking a little break somewhat. I'm not sure, like, it could be a good month or so before I come back with a Flosstube, or I could do like a vlog type Flosstube next. I'm not sure, but sometime in September I'll be back on a regular schedule. I kind of do like Mondays, so it's kind of easier to upload and edit and stuff like that, so we'll see. But thank you for sticking with me. Hopefully I will see you when I get back to regular scheduled programs, and I hope you get lots of time to stitch. I hope you stay well and enjoy the rest of your summer. Thanks for watching. Bye.